Welcome to IFAStories, where ancient wisdom meets modern storytelling. Step into the sacred world of Ifa, the Yoruba spiritual system, where every tale carries the power of divination, destiny, and deep cultural insight. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of the Orishas, the divine forces guiding our paths, Orúnmìlà, the Orúnmìlàs, and many more. Each story is a bridge between the past and the present, weaving timeless lessons that inspire, enlighten, and transform. Embrace the wisdom, honor the tradition, and journey with us into the heart of Ifa. Subscribe now and let the stories guide you. To explore full Yoruba stories, Ifa teachings, and ancestral wisdom, visit our website, www.ifastories.com. Step into the sacred path for more resources and information. When Ogbe brought the Okpèlè from Abyssinia, Patakin, in a town called Erìgbà, there were several Awos who worked in harmony, except one named Erìgbà, who was never in agreement with the majority. He would say to his brothers, "You mistreat and abuse the grace with which Olofin has not rewarded us. We cannot be mentioning Olofin every day for trivial matters. We must convene a higher council to obtain from Olofin the granting of auxiliary powers of Ifa. Powers that will respond in case of emergency for the children of the earth. We won't always be together. We can't just think about the present. We must think of the future." One of them replied, "You can't deny your association with Esuburuku. You're always causing friction. You don't seem like a child of Baba Yakuta. We, as elders here, do not want Ètì-kó-lẹ. Therefore, leave our presence. Go find someone who will follow you. Kimura Muranbe Asiwere." Erìgbà greeted Ifa and decided to leave the town. He placed his Ikin seeds in a small pouch. At the exit of the town lived Esu, in his little house, guarding the entrance and exit. He gave Erìgbà a coconut for divination, and the result was Ife. So he continued his journey through unknown lands. When Erìgbà approached the capital of Ethiopia, it so happened that it was the opening of the year. He was seized by the king's warrior guards and brought before the court as an intruder or a religious spy, as they found his Ifa pouch and a green-painted seed necklace around his neck. The king sent him to his most trusted advisor, none other than the great Awo sign of that tribe. In that land, the sages wore a chain around the neck, from which hung 4 seed halves, split on both sides, very similar to Erìgbà's necklace. When the Awo sign used his chain to investigate who he was, he obtained the sign Ogbe, but he was unfamiliar with that system of divination. Immediately, the Awo sign turned to his right and knelt before his god, and then before Erìgbà. Taking a cowrie shell, he blew into it and performed a general invocation to cast the sign of the day, since the new year was beginning. Then he said, "This is not a spy. He is a messenger of Olofin, guided by Esu. He is an Awo." They honored him as such and recited his entire past in his homeland. Now freed, they took him to the sacred temple, where Erìgbà saw a deity, apparently black, fat, and wearing a necklace made of 8 giant coconut shell segments. They brought him to the base of a palm tree to perform the ceremony of receiving the sacred necklace, which would allow him to overcome any hardship at a critical moment. He was told to keep it secret in his pocket, and to present it to Esu upon returning to his town. Erìgbà did exactly that. Later, those who had stigmatized him and who remained in the town went to seek him because every time they attempted to work with Ifa, they were unable to hold the Ikin in their hands. When one elder encouraged another to sit down and try, he couldn't even open his fingers to write. It was all caused by Esu, sent by Shango, who did this so they wouldn't take Ifa as a game of deceit. Then Erìgbà, using his Okpèlè, resolved the situation for everyone, so they no longer needed to carry the pawn Ifa board for every divination. Ogbe brought the Okpèlè from Abyssinia,